Hey everybody, my name is Mike and welcome back to The Short of It, quick short videos that give you a high-level overview of content, providing you with enough to get started. In today's video, we'll be going over pressing a multicolor vinyl design, so let's get started. In a previous video, I mentioned how it's possible to press a multicolor design using vinyl. To do this, you'll need a vinyl sheet of each color in that design. For today's video, I'll be using a design with 6 different colors. Like before, I'll be using Cricut Design Space for this demonstration. Let's go ahead and open it up and click on New Project in the upper right hand corner. From there, click on Upload on the left hand side to upload your design. When you select the design you would like to use, the program will ask you to select an image type. I always default to complex. On the next screen, you'll be given the option to remove any sections of your design you would like to leave out. At this point, we'll need to isolate sections of your design by color. The design I'm using contains white, black, pink, blue, yellow, and silver. To begin, I'll remove all sections of the design except for those containing black. We will then proceed to the next screen and select an upload type. You will want to choose Cut Image. I would also suggest updating the name of the image to help specify which color the image contains. Differentiating between multiple cuts of a design can get confusing if multiple colors are incorporated. After cut image is selected and the name has been updated, click Upload. We will then want to repeat these steps for each individual color. You will click Upload and select the same design. You will then select the same image type and return to the remover screen. This time you'll be separating out the white. You'll notice when I remove all the colors except for white that there are still some lines visible. Some custom-made images will leave behind lines that the manual select tool is unable to remove. If these lines aren't erased, they will be passed on to the cutting machine as areas that need to be cut. To keep this from happening, the eraser tool will need to be used to clean up any unwanted lines. This can be tedious for intricate designs, but it's worth it to ensure smooth and accurate cuts. We will then proceed to the next screen and update the image name and select our upload type. After cut image is selected and the name has been updated, we will click Upload and again repeat these steps for every remaining color. Once all the sections have been uploaded and separated out, your image is finally ready to be sized. Click on each image and select Add to Canvas in the lower right hand corner. From there, you will want to organize your images by assigning each one to a color. Select your image on the right hand side and then click the Material Color option under the Operations section in the top left hand corner. You will be able to pick a color that you intend on using for that portion of the design. Once all the colors have been assigned, you can piece your design back together to ensure that it looks the way you want it to. You can then select all of the images on the right hand side by holding Control and clicking Group to lock them together. From here, you can shrink or enlarge your image to the appropriate size. Once you are content with the grouping, click Make It in the top right hand corner. The next screen will show you how each image will be cut and separates them by color, each one on a different mat. You will then need to remember to select Mirror Image on each individual cut. You will then select Continue. At this point, you will want to plug your cutter into your computer. Once connected, you will be asked to select a base material. For this design, I'm using Everyday Iron-On Vinyl, so I will select that option. The system will then let you know that it is ready for the first mat or color. You will go ahead and place your vinyl sheet, shiny side down, onto the appropriately sized mat, making sure that you have enough material to cover the cut area. You will then feed the mat into the cutter and press the Go button. Once the first cut is complete, Cricut Design Space will provide a check mark and proceed down to the second mat. When ready, you will again load the mat, feed it into the cutter, and press the Go button. This same process will continue for each individual color. After removing the last vinyl sheet from the mat, you will move on to the weeding process. When you're finished, each color will remain by itself sitting on top of the bottom layer of the vinyl. Our image is now ready to be pressed. We'll be pressing our colors one after another to slowly bring the image together. For today's demonstration, I'll be using a spare sheet of fabric. I will be pressing each color for 15 seconds at 305 degrees. Garment prep remains the same. I'll lint roll my fabric, press it for a few seconds to iron out the wrinkles, and center my first color face down. I will also again suggest washing your garment before pressing. When 305 degrees is reached, I will load my fabric into the press. I would recommend starting with the border color if possible. This will help you understand the full scope of the design and also help center the image on your surface. For me, this color is the black border. Once you are satisfied with the placement, you will cover with your protective paper and press for 15 seconds. After the 15 seconds are up, I'll remove the protective paper and remove the bottom layer of the vinyl at an angle. These steps are repeated for every color, laying down each additional color, covering it with protective paper, and pressing for 15 seconds. At this point, the color order is up to you. You might find that pressing smaller pieces and working your way up to bigger pieces is better, or perhaps you prefer going from big to small. It's up to personal preference. Just make sure all your pieces are properly weeded. I ended up missing an eyebrow, but since we were layering the vinyl, I was able to add it to the design afterwards. After the last color is added, I'll flip the fabric over and press for an additional 15 seconds to ensure the design is adhered to the fabric. I do have one last recommendation. Make sure that you check your vinyl before pressing it. There very well could be a speck of unwanted debris attached that could end up being pressed to your design. I'll have more to cover in my upcoming videos, so please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Be notified when those videos do drop. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. As always, I am Mike. This is the short of it. See you next time.